When I look back to the mistakes that I've made in my 20s, I feel so dumb about some of those financial choices I've made. In this video, I'm going to share with you some of the mistakes that I've made so that you can avoid them. I know you'll get something new out of this video and be ahead of the game. Hi, it's Cass here. Welcome to The Freedom Show, where young professionals learn how to achieve financial freedom faster. All right, let's begin. When I was 22 years old and got my first corporate job at a bank, I told myself I should get a credit card so I can afford all the good things in the world. Now, I don't know where I had this idea from that I needed to have a credit card. Maybe it stemmed from the idea that I thought if I didn't have everything, my friends would laugh at me. But in reality, nobody cared, and it was really dumb. With the credit card that I had, I actually thought I was earning rewards and I was saving money for later. But in reality, I spent more money. So don't think that a credit card is a super helpful thing. Just know that it's nothing but a personal loan. By the way, I've made a video about how credit cards work, so make sure you check that out later so you don't make the same mistake I have. The second mistake I've made was around the car that I purchased. I had a crazy obsession about wanting to buy a sports car that was fast and looked cool. Mistakenly, I negotiated a good second-hand car from a dealer, but I bought all the additional services such as tinted glass and an extra soundbox in the back. These add-ons actually cost me $12,000, whereas the original car price was $22,000. Now, it's no secret that a new car is a depreciating asset. In other words, its value goes down as soon as it leaves the showroom. Instead, I could buy a reasonable reconditioned car and invest my money earlier in the stock market. The third mistake was around budgeting. When I first joined the bank, I knew about budgeting, but I didn't apply it in my real life. I was more into impulse shopping. I didn't have a monthly or a yearly spending plan. I still remember one time I bought 2 pairs of new Nike shoes, even though I already had a pair. A lot of the time, I just went shopping and spent money on things that I just didn't need. So please learn from my mistake. Make sure you prepare your monthly and your yearly financial plans and start tracking your expenses. You can create a budget and stick to it. Trust me, it's easier than what you think. Now I make sure I track my expenses and I do conscious spending. If you're enjoying this video so far, please press that like button. Thank you. Now, the fourth mistake I've made is around my ignorance. I was never really interested in creating savings or investing in the stock market. Well, at least not consistently. As I was working in a bank at the time, I knew people were making money, and I thought maybe I should ask my senior colleague about which shares to buy. But I didn't, and instead I listened to a friend who was overseas, who told me to invest in a particular share. But what I didn't realise was that he was just relying on the news, and I ended up losing 90% of my first $5,000 investment. After that mistake, I spent hours reading about the stock market and how to invest properly. Eventually, I got promoted to the investment team in the bank, and I was preparing clients' investment proposals. All of these experiences have made me a better investor. And I've also been able to work in a personal advisor capacity, and I've educated people about stock market investing. I've shared my experiences in this Master Stock Market Investing book. You can check it out on Amazon. This book is different to other books, as I've described everything in a simple language so that a young professional can understand this without having to have any prior financial knowledge. Now, the fifth mistake I've made was around money psychology. I wanted everything now. I was skeptical about my financial future, and I didn't really believe that I could ever get out of living from paycheck to paycheck. I didn't know that one day I could be a landlord and that I could invest in startups and much more. I didn't believe that future financial security was possible for me. I wanted to have everything now. And for that same reason, I rushed in buying an apartment, whereas I should have bought a house after waiting just a little bit longer. Hopefully you can relate or understand this problem. I didn't have the patience to wait for anything. So to improve my money psychology, I read this book. It's called Psychology of Money. It's not like I learned everything new from this book, but some of the concepts and explanations really gave me good insights. You can check out this book on Amazon too. After reading this book, those learnings became permanent for me, and now I understand the word enough. So now I'd like to kindly request, if you like this video, please subscribe to this channel. If you want to learn about stock market investing, NFTs, check out my playlist. In the next video, I'll disclose my 5 good habits that have made me almost a millionaire. Make sure you turn your notifications on so you'll be notified. Until then, ciao!